Hi everyone, this is Pastor Nathan. I wanted to take just a few moments and make a quick tutorial video for churchcommunitybuilder.com. I'm going to be doing a couple of subsequent videos about Church Community Builder that cover the groups function and my serving function. But before we get into this tutorial, I want to make it very clear that to be able to function with any efficiency whatsoever in churchcommunitybuilder.com, you're going to need access to an email address that you check regularly. And by regularly, I mean on a daily basis. Now, most people have an email address, but they may not access it on a regular basis. And because Church Community Builder is set up for messages and notifications and things to be sent via email, if you don't have a functioning email address or a way to access that information, you're going to be out of the loop. If you already have an email address, I would recommend that you check it regularly or that you set up a new email address through an application such as Gmail. The reason why I recommend Gmail is because Gmail has an app that you can download on your cellular phone, whether it's an Android device or an iPhone, and you can check your email and it will give you notifications when you have new emails. So it's real convenient. Now, as I said, most of the information that is done through Church Community Builder, whether it's messages from groups, whether it's messages from the church, whether it is your serving calendar, all of those things get sent out by email. So anytime there's a message from a group, a notification, or your serving notification for the calendar, all of that is going to go to an email that you choose for your login and your profile. So again, it's very, very important that you have a functioning email that you check regularly that is tied to your login information. And again, if you don't have access to that, I would recommend that maybe you set up another email address through something like Gmail so that you can set the app on your phone, because most people have smartphones. I don't even know if you can get a phone that's not a smartphone today, but most people have smartphones, and you can download the app, the Gmail app, right onto your phone, and it will give you a notification anytime that you get an email so that you can check it. Having said all of that, let's look at how to create your login and then your profile. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to go to the website where the login dialog box is at. And if you'll notice here on the screen, I'm highlighting this and pointing to it with my cursor. It's hisplacewp.ccbchurch.com. Go to login. Now, the first thing I recommend that you do is that you bookmark this so that you're not sitting trying to figure out what is that address again, where do I go? If you bookmark it on your browser, you're going to have it to where that you can just go right to your bookmarks and click on it and go right there. If you look at the top of my browser window, you see I have shortcuts right here, bookmarks, and it makes it so convenient to go to whatever it is that you need to do, just like I did with church, my church login. I click on that, it takes me right to this page. Now, the email address that you're going to use to get your notifications, generally speaking, is what I would use for a username. And the reason why I do that is just everything stays consistent that way, and you will remember what email address you're using, and you'll have a better chance of using your remembering your username. Whenever you do this, whenever you create your username and your password, it's important that you keep that somewhere that you will have access to it. I generally keep all of my passwords and login information on my secure phone in a note so that I always have access to it. If you're more of a paper person and you keep these in a notepad or something, keep them in an area where that you will be able to go back and find this information to log in. Now, if you've not created a login yet, the first thing you're going to want to do is go to request account. So we're going to have to create a login. When you click on this, it's going to take you to this little box where it says create account or request account. You're going to enter all of this information. If you don't, this is going to restrict you in some way. So you need your first name, your last name, the email address that you're going to use, and I also recommend that, again, that this email is the one that you will use for your login, and the email that you can check on a daily basis. You also need to put your mobile number in and choose a carrier, because if you don't choose a carrier, even if yours is not in here, you can just choose any of them. If you don't choose this, then the text message function for people in leadership and group leaders and things like that cannot send you text messages that are related to your group and announcements. So please, when you fill out this information, fill out all of it. Once you do that, it will send you an email to validate your credentials to log in. Those credentials, again, will be used here, your username and your password. Once you have those, put those in here, and then you will click log in. Once you log in, you're going to go to your personal dashboard. And this, again, has all of the things that are related to what you're doing in church or what you're plugged into. The first thing you can do is look at your profile. So if you go to people, click on the people link, and then generally all you have to do is just type in your own name. You can see I've had other people's names and different things that I've typed in here while using this, just doing research and setups and things like that. Autocomplete's turned on my computer. You can just ignore most of this, but I'm going to type in my name for my test account, which is Testy Testerson, because it's the test account. So I click on that, and here is the dashboard for my profile. Now you notice I don't have a picture here. Don't be like Testy Testerson. Put a picture up here. You can click on this little icon right here, and it will allow you to open up something on your computer where your files on your computer where you can upload a picture of yourself, just like you would do it on Facebook. Now, the other thing is, if I want to edit profile information, I can click on Edit Profile right here, and I can add more information like my mailing address. I can put my birth date in here, my marital status, all kinds of information. And the more that you can put in there, the better, because it just helps us to connect with you better, and also to get relative information to you and connect you with other people and groups and things in the church. So you can click Edit Profile and edit all of your personal information. Actions allows you to, if you need to change your username or password, you can click on this and go there, and you can request, you can change your name and password and have all of that updated. And if you want to, this is a big thing for a lot of people. For me, it's not that big of a deal. A lot of people don't want their information shared, but you need to understand that Church Community Builder is not open to the public. It's only open to people who have approved profiles and accounts. So these are people that you go to church with and you know. If you still don't want people to know your personal information, you can hide it on here. However, I recommend that you keep your basic information, such as a cell phone or mobile phone and your email address, available, because if you don't have it on here where people can access it, they will not be able to contact you, and you will not receive any information through those things. So I would recommend, if at all possible, that you allow as much information as possible to be accessed on your profile, so that church leadership, group leadership, ministry leadership, all of those kinds of things, if they need to contact you, they have that information. Now, again, this is predominantly for the login and for your personal profile that I'm doing this. So this is the basic process for setting up your initial login or your credentials, and then how to access your profile. I'll be doing a separate video that will talk about groups and group access, and then also on my serving. If you have any questions about any of this, you can contact me, or you can talk to the leaders in your respective areas of serving. A lot of our people that are leaders in helps and ministries have information on this, and they have experience using this, so they can be a source of help to you as well. The other thing I recommend is, unless it's just absolutely necessary to contact me, this little question mark right here gives you vast amounts of resources and information on how to pretty much do anything and everything. There's a FAQ, there's how to add people such as your family members if you have kids, how to search for people, how to create a login. Lots of great information. Most of the information that you would be asking me is right here in this area. So try to get into this if you have questions, so that you become familiar with it and you become competent at being able to log in and navigate and use this system. That's what we're really after, is for people to know how to log in to Church Community Builder and really navigate and get plugged in. But again, if you have any questions that you just can't seem to get answered, I'll be more than happy to help you with that. So I hope this helps you with creating your login and getting access to your profile.